How's it going, everyone? Dave Brown here with the New Populist. Thank you for joining me. Now, everyone is talking about these Pentagon documents that were leaked out. They started showing up on 4chan, Telegram channels, Discord, and other places. And it would appear that they are authentic, with the exception of some Russian casualty numbers being altered because somebody took a picture of the documents, and then somebody on probably a Russian Telegram channel went and blurred out the or changed the numbers of Russian casualties to give a more favorable number for Russia. But besides that, they do appear to be real, and they are highly classified. Only a handful of people would have access to these documents. Now, there is a precedent for this. This is not the first time, obviously, that highly classified documents have been leaked out. We can go to Vietnam and the Pentagon Papers, which showed a lot of lies from our U.S. government, shocker, about Vietnam. And that helped to eventually bring an end to this war. And I think that obviously this is what's happening now. Somebody within the Defense Department, disgruntled, unhappy with the war, unhappy with the lies being told by the Biden administration, wanted to leak these documents to show the truth and to embarrass the administration. And that seems to be what's happening now. The administration is pretty embarrassed. If you listen to their spokesman, John Kirby, try to talk about these leaks and admitting that they're real, and the fact that obviously there's some things in there that show that the administration has been less than honest. And this does hurt national security. I never support leaks, but unfortunately, the only way these wars ever seem to come to an end is when somebody within the government does this, leaks stuff out to show the lies. Because all of our wars since Vietnam have been started over lies and deceptions. And clearly this person was looking to damage the war effort by showing all the garbage going on behind the scenes here. Now, the leaks about Ukraine are not the only leaks happening. In fact, there's leaks ongoing. And what's funny is how with the Ukraine leaks, we're saying, okay, we're admitting it's true. But with these other ones, they're being disputed as false, that they're planted, contrived. And so we have an article from The Hill, and it says South Korea leaked U.S. intelligence documents were altered. Now, why are they saying this? Well, it's embarrassing. The leaks claim that U.S. intelligence is spying on South Korea, which is our ally. So what happened was officials from South Korea, they talked to the Pentagon, they got their story straight, and both sides said, oh yeah, this is these leaked documents were likely altered and they're not true. What's really happening here is that somebody's embarrassed. The South Koreans are embarrassed, they're getting spied on. And the Americans are embarrassed that it's coming out that we're spying on them. So they got together and tried to poo-poo this story. And then there's another leak from the Washington Post. It says, Egypt rejects a report that a leaked Pentagon document outlined its plan to ship arms to Russia. The Washington Post said the document describes an Egyptian plan to secretly produce rockets, artillery rounds, and gunpowder for Russia. Now, this is embarrassing because we give a lot of money to Egypt, tens of billions of dollars. And remember, when we give money to somebody, we're trying to buy their loyalty. And if they're turning around and doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, giving weapons to Russia, that's pretty embarrassing for us. And of course, the Egyptians, they don't want to see that spigot turned off. They're saying, "Oh, these leaks, this is a lie. We're not doing this." Are they? Who knows? And not just Egypt, but also the United Arab Emirates. It says here, a second report on Tuesday, this one by the Associated Press, said that Russian intelligence officers had claimed to have persuaded the United Arab Emirates to work together against the U.S. and UK intelligence agencies. The New York Times has not seen or verified that document. The UAE, another close American partner, called the assertion categorically false. Now, is it? We don't know. We have these leaked documents saying so, and Egypt and the UAE are saying, "Oh no, we're friends. That's not happening. This is all false." Is it? I don't know. And I will say this though: these reports are coming from the Washington Post and New York Times, which generally do the dirt for the deep state, for U.S. intelligence. So there is a chance, a small chance, that these documents are fake, and this is U.S. intelligence trying to shine a light on our allies who are being a little skittish. So maybe they put out this false report saying Egypt is trying to give artillery to Russia to scare the Egyptians a little bit and to get them back into line. And that's really what I take from these leaks is all these countries who are allies, friends, below the surface, they're all spying on each other, backstabbing, doing all sorts of dirty things. The United States, for example, we spy on everybody. We were spying on German Chancellor Angela Merkel, our friend. Just recently, we had Marco Rubio threatening the French President Macron. And so when you, again, get below the surface, everything is dirty. And our governments come to us and they say when we do all these things, these wars, it's always about freedom and democracy. That's what we're trying to support here. When really all that's going on is geopolitical maneuvering by countries against other countries, the United States against China, against Russia, and then the smaller countries, they're sort of caught in between. So sometimes they play both sides, like Turkey, and everybody's trying to get their little piece of the pie. And they're all doing all sorts of shady things, all sorts of corruption and lies and spying. And but then they always dress everything up by saying what they're doing is for freedom and democracy. And for us, Americans, for any honest citizen of any country, the thing we have to remember at the end of the day is everything is BS that we're being told. So don't be a chump. Don't be a sucker and fall for what your government tells you. And it's unfortunate that this is where we're at. As an American, I hate to admit that my government is full of crap. But if you look at the evidence and you're honest with yourself, that is the case. And it's not just us. Let me be clear. We're not the only bad guys here. China's not perfect. If you're a Chinese citizen, you know your government has a lot of problems. The Russian government's not perfect. None of these governments are perfect. But don't be so jingoistic or so attached to your country as far as patriotism to overlook all the flaws of your country. Because ultimately, if you want to be a good patriot, a good citizen, you have to call out the deception and lies of your country. If you don't do that, they run amok, do whatever they want, start wars, and everyone suffers. So that's why I call it out. Not to hate on the United States, not to hate on other governments, but because we're not going to have peace on this planet until we have some level of honesty. And from these leaks, what do we learn again? We learn that below the surface, it's all dirt. It's all BS, so don't fall for the freedom and democracy line. That just makes a chump out of you, and that's the government pissing down your back and telling you it's raining. Don't fall for it. Well, that's it for now. If you are new to my channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.